Well, if you're scared now, you're really not going to like what's coming.
No, I don't like that. I wouldn't call them secrets. That assumes that there's some organized group of pool players that meet at Wendy's on Friday nights and tries to figure out how to keep the public from knowing what they know. And that's just a wacky conspiracy that leads to paranoia. There's just some things that aren't talked about every day, especially to perfect strangers. I've had conversations with my close friends that I don't have with just everyday people. So there's just things that aren't discussed for a whole lot of different reasons. It's more about a different way of thinking than, normal people think. It's just it's a subculture of adapting into a world that's just filled with sharks and things that can hurt you. And the time to experiment is when you're practicing. You don't want to be experimenting and trying new stuff in the middle of a match. When I was a younger delinquent, I spent years and years playing in the real pool rooms on the well-maintained tables all day, every day, and then adjusting and then going out and playing in the bars all night. So this taught me how to come to a table I never played on and be able to assess it and dial in within minutes. Every table plays different and is set up different, and you have to learn, if you want to live this lifestyle, how to figure out the table as quickly as possible. And I can do this with 2 shots. One of these shots comes up in the video as we're assessing the video and trying to figure out our run-out strategy. Basically, I'll set up this shot and figure out if I can put bottom on it and get on the 9, or if I have to put top on it and get on the 9. And that's dialed in to everything on the table, from the cloth to the tightness of the rows to the age of the row, everything. That will tell me almost everything I need to know. And then I'll set up this shot, which is the Brumback drill. If you never heard of that, do a search for Brumback drill and John Disque, and you'll probably find a couple of videos on it. I'll link it in the description on exactly what the Brumback drill is. But it's a long bank shot, and it's basically this. And that's it. It's all I need to know. So when I'm brand new to a place, and most pool players feel somewhat intimidated at this because they don't know what kind of trap they're walking into, I can easily find the table that the better players are playing on just by the wear on the cloth, and I can dial in where they're breaking from just by the wear spot. And that's usually the spot that's getting the most action on the balls and spreading the balls as much as they can be spread, because you're at a great advantage in 9-ball if the balls are wide apart and there's nothing ever bunched up. So that wear spot on the table tells me that good players have been playing on it, they figured out the break spot, and they're ready to go. And so I'll start playing on that table, and that's also the table where the better players are going to come into the room and gravitate to. And there I am playing on their table, and the rest is easy. That cocky smile is a result of having a gravy run out, other than one issue. And this isn't arrogance. A lot of people take this as arrogance, and it's really not that. It's just me being relieved I've got the table dialed in, and it's all mine. I'm well aware of how difficult the game of pool is, and I'm aware that nobody ever masters it. All of us are learning and progressing, hopefully every day. Nobody ever masters the game of pool, so I don't want you to take that as me being arrogant. I'm not. I'm still on my toes. I just have to get through this first shot and figure out how to get back on this 3 ball. As for the 2 ball and the 8 ball, they went on the break, and the first shot is a real problem with this cluster right here and getting right on the 3 in order to get back on the 4 and then the 5. And if I can do that, I know I'm out. I did put myself on the rail on the 6 ball because I shot the 5 ball a little bit too hard, and there I am at a bad angle on the 6, and I have to go 3 rails, but there's no fear of any scratch, and I can easily get the center table when I shoot the 6 and I'm getting on the 7. And the 7 ball shot to get on the 9 is the same shot that I showed you in the example that I used to dial in pool tables. And this shot often screws players up that are not used to the table and don't know the rail tightness or the rail speed or the cue ball speed coming off the using the cloth and grabbing the cloth to get back on the 9. So you really have to know the table to shoot this shot right. And pool tables do change every day, especially this old loose Brunswick. It's always settling and it's always changing with the humidity and the temperature in the room and how many people played on it today and everything else. So dialing it in is not so easy on an old table. It's a lot easier on a newer table just because they're tighter and newer, and the people that set up pool tables have learned a lot in the last 40 years. So what do you say we go watch it? Thanks for stopping by. I hope you appreciated this little video. Good luck, goodbye. If anybody's dealing with the rain and flooding and the tornadoes and everything else, I'm with you. My thoughts are with you, and I wish there was more I could do.
To remind me to wear sunscreen and take my vitamin when it slips my mind. I want someone who knows how I like my coffee and wants to share a bed for more than a night. But I'm stubborn, selfish, easily jealous at times. I'm hard to love, and I just want someone to try. I want someone who knows that I'm not made for mornings and doesn't scold me for smoking when I drink. I want someone who listens when they've heard the story and gives me enough space to breathe. 'Cause I'm stubborn, selfish, and easily jealous at times. I'm hard to love, and I just want someone to try. To try. I want someone who can ground me when I'm too high and light up the dark side of my head. I want someone to share my coffee, my sunscreen, my mornings, my stories, and my bed. Someone someone stubborn, selfish, and easily jealous would be fine. I won't mind if they're hard to love. I just want someone to try.